All right, everyone, this is an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. Straight up energy reading. This is Venus retrograde in Leo. It's an energy that suits everything going on around it perfectly. The one aspect of it that works for the soulmate cycle is what I'm looking at, and that's a dulling of the ego. And we all know we have an ego problem on the runner's side, even if it's just a typical societal ego problem of someone not wanting to admit they were wrong, which is very, very typical, you know, of the Burger Kings, of course. And we know the Burger Kings who want to have it their way have a new way they want it now. And this energy helps. It dulls the ego. It takes it down. It smooths everything out, creates that sort of, oh, what's that, used to be, they used to sometimes shoot things in films and stuff with a soft white kind of feel lighting. It's like that. It softens everything, right? It's very nice. I got a pre-shuffle here. We're pulling the old original animal deck, the old tore up one, out of retirement. All right? The new animal deck is over here. We're going to see what happens. I wanted a fresh deck involved here because we got a lot of surrounding energies. Let's take a look at this. I've been waiting for this. It should result in a lot of communication. My pre-shuffle certainly indicates that. Let's go. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless because you're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. Venus is retrograde for a while. Right through about September, I think. Somewhere around there. Anyway, I could be wrong, but I know it's a while. So that said, Venus retrograde in Leo. And with Mercury in Leo right now, and I pulled that reading. Yeah. So what does it mean? On the surface, I asked the universe, so what's this doing for the soulmate cycle? This dulling of the ego. Well, this king here, this king here takes action based on truths, right? Just goes for it. No bullshit. Right? Remember I said no bullshit, right? Okay. King of Swords crossed by the Knight of Swords. Action is go time. Communication on crack. All right? It's just the surface energy, but it's great to see it here. Four of Wands crossed by Strength. Somebody wanting something new, a stable new beginning. Under this energy, someone who can't admit they were wrong admits they were wrong, and they take action. Heart chakra open, definitely. Here's 10 swords. Now, what's that about? Well, it's crossed by bullshit. But 10 swords in bullshit. Okay, 7 swords. Nonsense. They had their eye on you the whole time. It's ego in varying levels. It could be hang-ups, core programming, psychology, abandonment issues, whatever it is, you know. But it's at the core. If we boil it down to the least common denominator, it's ego that causes them to not turn around and actually come back and tell you how they feel. They're afraid that you're going to say no. They're afraid that their ego is going to get hurt. They're afraid they're being stupid. Oh, maybe it's all in my head. You know, whatever. It's all boiled down to ego, and that gets dulled right now. And underneath that, bookending the King of Swords is the Page of Wands. It is communication. It is someone behaving differently. It's someone taking a chance. Like, this is usually a child, an adolescent. They take chances, right? In the Witch's Tarot, it's my little explorer boy, right? Children of that age, they take, especially boys, man, they do some stupid shit. I know I did, right? Taking chances here. This is nice to see. And I don't have any ego here at all. In fact, I've got 10 swords in bullshit. All right, yeah, you matter. I have been watching you the whole time, and yeah, I do love you. Fine, so let's try and make this work. All right, it's like that. That's just the surface energy. Let's see where we go when the Burger King gets their ego dulled a bit. It's quieted down, dimmed down, turn the dimmer down on it. Let's see. His first card out's before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck are we here? I don't know. All the other energies surrounding this are in play, right? So let's see. You saw my North Node reading. You saw my new moon reading. You saw Mercury and Venus. You know, so let's see. Now that the ego, I've been talking about Venus retrograde for a while. I keep mentioning it. I wrote about it a little bit in my write-up on July. So why the fuck are we here? Well, we're here because it's action time. Something's about to happen. Something will happen, I think, one way or another when their ego dulls down. Either they have an emotional breakdown, right, because the ego's dulled down and the emotions are louder. One's the ego usually drowns out the emotions of these runners. If the ego is quieter, the emotions are louder. This is my Action Jackson card. Action. It's go time. It's transformation in this context. Okay. Well, that comes after the cut. I don't know. Hopefully it's not bullshit. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, action time. Knight of Wands. Yeah. I'm right. I'm not wrong here today. I had a good breakfast, right? Flem the Parrot's here. I got his energy working. He had a good breakfast too, right? Okay. Let's see. Let's see where we go. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's do it. Give me the soulmate cycle, the influence of all surrounding energies, and Venus retrograde in Leo, dulling the ego down. Let's do a reading. The overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is the Two of Wands. And what's fueling that? 9 swords. Yep. 9s are the end in tarot in this context. It's the end. Somebody here is we already know they're putting 10 swords into bullshit in the 7 of swords. From the pre-shuffle, from the surface energy. Are they anxious about it? Yeah, but that's coming to an end. It's time to do something, right? It's time to do something. This is good. I like the Two of Wands here. That's nice. It's not surprising it's got 9 swords underneath it if you've been watching my readings. And keep in mind, we haven't touched this deck in a while. So, repeat messages from new decks, that's a big deal. Right, okay, let's go. Our reading's on the flip. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how your person's behaving in the 3D, which shouldn't be very ego-y. And right here is their soul. And right here is the hidden message from the universe, the hidden energy. It's red with the energy of your connection, and right here's the potential final outcome, which is red with the 3D energy. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, see what else it wants to tell you. And you bet your sweet asses there's going to be a link for an extended in the description, because this is an important energy. And I write important energy on a lot of the thumbnails. Yeah, they're all important. That's why I'm pulling on them. I'm not going to waste my time sitting out here pulling on nonsense. But this one, wicked important, right? Right? I'll honor all my Boston viewers by saying wicked important. All right, here we go. Energy around your connection. 4 cups. It's a whole lot of somebody wanting what they didn't want before is kind of the energy off of that. There's disappointment attached to it too. Both sides on some level are disappointed here. But again, we're talking about an energy that dulls their ego. I said the emotions, the cups are coming up louder, right? So there you go. Again, somebody here getting to feel what they rejected. And there's an urge to go towards it. I got all action cards are cut cards. Forget the pre-shuffle if you want. Some people do because they don't see me shuffle it. You don't trust me, you shouldn't be here. But that's truly the shuffle that came out. But fuck it, the cut cards alone, the Magician and the Knight of Wands. I mean, there's action here. We opened with action in the pre-shuffle with the King of Swords. They're feeling that. How are they behaving in the 3D? We'll get some more data here. Yeah, the moon. Yep. What the kids might call here on YouTube a dark shadow work, right? I don't want to say a dark night of the soul. I want to say shadow work kind of a thing. Somebody's looking at all this. They're having to look at all this. Usually the ego drowns out these cups, right? They feel the disappointment, but they can brush it off. It's all there. It's there. They feel it. There's a mist here. There's an ominous kind of feeling of they rejected something. This connection, the energy of it is one of rejection. And somebody's feeling that now. Feeling what a mistake that might have been. Yeah, because their ego is dull. They're less afraid of being wrong. They're less afraid of admitting they're wrong. And that applies to the soulmate cycle and societal energies as well. Soul energy, bookending the 4 of Cups. 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups in the soul again. Didn't we see that in a recent reading? The 5 of Cups from the other animal deck. Keep in mind, this is the retired old animal deck I've brought out. So, from a different deck, we still get the 5 of Cups in the soul. This is bookending this. It backs up everything I just told you. They are feeling. I mean, this here, if I were pulling this on a person, I would say they're looking at stuff and feeling stupid. They're feeling stupid for ever believing their own bullshit. They're feeling stupid for ever thinking they could run away from something that they really wanted. Feeling stupid for rejecting something that they really wanted. It's a sad horse in the soul. This energy bleeds to here. And it's all coming up from the depths. It really is some shadow work that they're having to do here. That shadow that they're feeling is just, it's someone who just feels dumb. Why did I do this? Oh my God. It's just, I said, if they don't act on it, it's an emotional breakdown, and we definitely get that here. I get disappointment and sadness. All right. We'll see what happens when we clarify. Might all go to shit, but I don't think so in this case. I've been waiting for this energy. Hidden energy, message from the universe. Red with the 4 of Cups. 10 Wands. Yeah. It hurts, right? That's pressure. This card, I'm surprised I can lift it. You should be impressed. It weighs about 1,500 pounds. Right? It's heavy. I'm surprised it doesn't smash the table to the floor in this case. Yeah, it hurts. Pain. The universe is reading it with this. It's pain. Say rejected something. This has got to break to something. Right? 10s are the end and dead end. They can't take it anymore. It's coming up. They're feeling it. The ego is dulled enough for them to feel all of this. This says, sometimes when we pull this card, we say, like, you're heavy on their mind or something like that. They're thinking about you a lot, that kind of thing. In this case here, the ego is dulled and they're really feeling it. They're really feeling the cups. 5 cups. It's an escalation, 4 to 5. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm having to feel it sitting here, and it's a lot. I want to give you a call right now. Okay. Potential final outcome, it's red with the moon, so all bets are off. I haven't looked, but all bets are off here. Okay, I did take a sneak peek. It's the 7 of Wands, and that is an energy of, because of the context here, the energy coming off this is just the flame. In fact, when I peeked, I just saw that. That's what I saw when I peeked. It's right there. Coming off of the 10 of Wands, that is standing up and fighting. That is the guy with 1 wand fighting 6 other wands kind of a thing. It is someone here who is standing up and fighting for something that they want, because this is painful, what's on my table right now. Painful. And I like that the universe didn't give me a 3 of Swords in the base energy. No, it took it and it did it all cups, because the ego is being dulled down. We don't have the ego here. What we have is a strong emotional feeling. And that is why this 2 of Wands is here. Because somebody here needs to do something about this. So let's go. Randomly at the bottom of the Witches, our clarifying deck is a Fool. Alright? Let's talk about it. Let's go deeper. 4 of Cups. Why is it here? Tell me about it. Tell me about the 4 of Cups. Yep, this is about what I expected. When the ego dulls down, you feel stuff. The ego helps. It's kind of, it can be useful. It protects us. You know, I didn't want that anyway, right? And you just go off, you have a couple of drinks and whatever, you brush it off, and, you know, tell yourself how great you are. Well, I'm great, you know, whatever. I got a Maserati, so fuck it, you know, that kind of thing. When that's gone, yeah, that's why you can't base, you know, who you really are, who we really are is in the soul. That's eternal. It can't be taken away. If you base your self-worth on ego things, how much money you got, your job, your status or whatever, all that shit, kind of car you drive, that can all be taken away. It can, and if it is, you end up really down in the dumps because you got nothing else. You're just an empty shell with a bunch of shit, a bunch of cool shit that can be taken away. Take away the job, take away the money, what's left if you don't work on the soul? Right here, this is your reading on that. What's left is a sad horse and a lot of disappointment when they feel all this. Why is the 4 of Cups here? Why? Why is it here? It's crossed by the 4 of Wands. That does not fucking surprise me one bit. That was one of the cards from the pre-shuffle. It is coming out here. It is the environmental energy. It is somebody who wants another crack at this. They want another. It's exactly how I read this when it first hit the table. The first initial energy that came off of this is someone now wants something that they didn't want before. They're willing to admit they were wrong under this energy because the ego is dulled. That's what this is saying. They want a new beginning, a stable one. Can we try again? All this is hurting. These 3 right here just keep feedbacking off each other. What's on top? Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a lot of fucking frustration. It's a lot of heat energy here. There's a lot. It's hard to feel. It's hard for them to feel this. It's forcing, with the Ten of Wands energy bleeding in, it's forcing a decision. And that decision is very obvious from the environmental energies around them, right? Want another crack at this. Why is Two of Pentacles here? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. It's their own fault. One of the things they realize under this energy, it's their own fault. This is my sitting on hands energy. He's taking a little too long of a break, right? It's their own fault. They did this because they never made a decision about this. And this energy was always going to come around. We don't control the energies that come in. We don't. And this energy was always there. It was always going to come and dull their ego. Using the ego as protection is great, but every once in a while, actually it's not great, it's stupid, but we all do it. But every once in a while, there's an energy that flows in, some sort of astrological alignment pulls on the core energy around us, and it dulls the ego. And in those moments, we don't have that protection. We don't have that security blanket, you know. So it's kind of their own fault here a little bit. Let's talk about the moon. Let's dive in. How they behaving in the 3D. Moon. It's a scary camping trip kind of energy coming off of this. And I've had that in a recent reading too. Yeah. All right. Tell me about the scary camping trip here. What's going on? The moon. Why is it here? Why is it here? Okay. All right. I kept saying coming out of the shadows, right? Yeah. The Chariot crossing that. The environmental energy around it is that. I called it a scary camping trip, the moon card, because at some point you start thinking, well, maybe I should just go back to the truck and get the hell out of here, right? At some point, your mind starts playing tricks with you on a scary camping trip. You start seeing shadows. You think something's a Sasquatch. It's probably just a porcupine up in a tree or something. And yeah, they do climb trees. A lot of people don't know that, so I just thought I'd point that out. But, you know, you start imagining things. This person here is going a little bit batshit crazy. All right, the environmental energy is urging them to do something. Okay, in the 3D. And well, obviously with this here, no doubt, book feedbacking off of all that with all this pressure. Yeah, the emotions are very loud right now, and they don't have that protection, that defense mechanism of their ego. It's dulled way down. What's on top? Death. Yeah, gotta go. It's everything I just said. It's transformation. I'm out of here. This is I can't take this anymore. Got to do something. Exodus energy here, transformation here. Why is the Death card there? Wheel of Fortune says the same thing. I'm just backing up my energy read. That's all. They got to get out of there. They got to change. This changes everything 180 degrees, right? It's a homespun way I can describe it to you is they're sitting on a scary camping trip with my father. We're in the darkest woods you've ever been in. And it's like, I want to get the hell out of here. You know, you start thinking, I'm not going to sit here all night. Right? All right. So they want to do something. In the 3D, it's all coming up for them to feel. And what it's making them feel is disappointment and sadness, and it's very heavy. It's very heavy. Okay, let's talk about this soul energy, 5 of Cups, which the second reading in recent readings, this has fallen here, and this is a different deck. This animal deck, we did not use it for that reading. Whatever reading had this. All right. This should result in communication of some kind or something. What's going on? 5 of Cups. First, let's start with the sad horse. 5 of Cups. Let's talk about this. Now, this is in direct relation to your soulmate cycle, to your connection with this person, because this book ends over here. It's tied directly with a 4 of Cups and a 10 of Wands, no doubt about it. Okay, that's it. We're done. Yeah. Very, very somber kind of energy. 8 of Cups crossing it. The environmental energy is 8 cups. They need to get out of this. That's why this energy flows from here to here. That's why in the 3D, it's a need to get out of those woods, right? Maybe I should just go back to the truck and get the... This is the kind of energy on a scary camping trip that would have you running for the truck, starting it and driving. Just driving as fast as you can, going and getting as much distance between you and those woods as possible. In this case, somebody is coming towards you. No doubt about it. Somebody needs to get happy. This is a lot of pain on my table here. It's because their defense mechanism of the ego is dulled down. That makes the emotions louder. It's like a freaking concert loud. What's on top? Four of Swords. Oh, it's just a... how do I phrase it? There's the ego is dulled down. This is that aspect of the Four of Swords where the brain is shut down. The ego lives in the brain. The brain, ego is shut down. And the soul energy is flowing. The universe, I just called it a concert. As loud as a concert. The universe says louder than that, Steve. That's what the universe said. And that's why. I mean, that's what's here. I get it. I get it. And, you know, I see this all the time with people. It's not hard to run into somebody who's very ego-based in today's world. I see it all the time with them. Anything goes wrong and they can't use their ego to protect, they have an emotional breakdown. They freak out, right? If you keep your soul in good shape, you don't have to worry about it, right? All right, let's go. I see it all the time. You can take that same energy and take it to the physical. I sometimes hike up the mountain. We got a mountain you can hike up near where I am. It's Will Rogers Forest, all that kind of stuff. You hike up the mountain, go up to the waterfall and stuff like that. And I see people on my way up there all the time, wheezing and coughing and sitting on a rock. They got to take a break. And they're young, too. And why? Because they don't spend enough time keeping their cardiovascular and their legs in shape. You know, we got to walk up a mountain. It's something new for them. Well, this is something new for your person. They haven't been keeping their soul in shape. All right, it's hitting them hard. They don't have that defense mechanism. Just like those people walking up the hill don't have a car to take them up the hill. What's going on with the Four of Swords? Why is it here? Yeah, 9 cups. Why is that like, yeah, 9 cups? Why did I say that? Why? Because the environmental energy is the 8 cups and she walking toward the 9 cups. All right? This is hitting them hard. This is making them come towards you. And they are. I see it here as it flows from the 5D to the 3D. Wow. Okay. 10 wands. Let's talk to the universe. Why'd you give me this 10 wands? I mean, it gave me the 10 wands to do what it already did over here, which is emphasize how loud the emotions are in this energy. They don't have their usual defense mechanism. And they won't. For months, a couple of months, they won't have it. That's going to run us right through Lionsgate. We're coming into portal season, the main portal season. Oh, God. God help them. All right, 10 of wands. Why is it here? Tell me about this. Pressure. 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 3 of Pentacles. Pressure to do anything. I said this breaks. The 10 wands typically would break to an Ace of Wands, right? A passionate new beginning. It's crossed by 3 Pentacles. A card we've been getting a lot lately. It's been coming out in this energy on various places a lot, along with the 5 of Cups. But it, again, pressure to do what? The environment's causing them. You got to go. You've got to do something. There's a lot of heat here. You can see it. It's building up. It's frustration. All right. What's on top? The Magician. The very card why we're here before the cut. From another deck right there. They're making a decision. So a decision will be made for sure. There's no doubt. There's a lot. Once they feel this, there's a lot. Under this, I think the strongest thing I can say to explain this energy is it's human nature to not want to admit you're wrong. People in their ego don't. And they won't. Even if they're madly in love with you, they still won't come towards you because it means admitting they're wrong, which hurts their ego, which creates a feedback loop because their ego is their defense mechanism. Which is why, and that ego is why they're afraid to be vulnerable, right? Because devil energy lives in the brain, and that devil tells you, oh, vulnerability, no, that's a weakness, right? And that's bullshit. It's self-empowering. That's what the emotions know. So, yeah, somebody here isn't afraid to admit they were wrong. It's an alchemy energy here a little bit, led into gold, right? Why is the Magician here? King of Wands. I just got done. This is the Burger King. It's your person. It's their ego. Here's the card of the ego, the Burger King, entitlement, gotta have it their way, right? The person, the very king that uses the ego as a defense mechanism. It's my laughing king in this deck here. I just laugh it off. It's no problem, right? It's a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am kind of energy. Love them and leave them, right? That kind of thing. Well, I just got done saying this is a little bit of alchemy energy here, led into gold. The ego is dulled. It's dulled. And even more so with the King of Wands red with the 7 of Pentacles. It's a humbling energy that's somewhere in between here. It's wonderful. I love it. I love it. They're transforming into something else. under this energy. They don't have the ego to protect them. The magicians put a cloud of smoke around it. It's another way to phrase it. I'm just trying to explain the energy. I do it the best I can. Seven of Wands, someone fighting. The fire. Only drawn to the fire on the card. It's that guy standing up and fighting against all odds kind of energy. Against all odds. All right. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. What's the final on this? What's the final? It's red with these. Let's go. Tell me about it. Okay. Told you, it should result in communication for sure. Environmental energy, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody coming to give. The environmental energy around this, what are they fighting for? This. They're coming to give. They're just coming towards. It keeps saying the same thing. Six of Pentacles. Also, somebody who didn't want to, somebody who breadcrumbed now wants to give you the full loaf. I'll phrase it that way. However you want to put it. What's here? What's on top? Seven Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of what's transforming here. This is red with the Death card. There's no confusion here at all. Nothing. An end to dilly-dallying. It's saying the same thing I said about this Two of Pentacles with the Magician. It's the end of dilly-dallying here. Why is the Seven Cups here? And there it is. I said this breaks to an Ace of Wands, didn't I? It's the Ace of Wands. And it's red with the Wheel of Fortune. Again, it's somebody here it's just a forward incoming energy. The energy is making them want to do that. I can't predict free will. I have to remind everybody of that. All right? I don't have a crystal ball. Only the Wicked Witch of the West has one of those. All right? I'm the Wicked Prick of the West, but I don't have a crystal ball. That said, this is a good chance of communication here. Very good. With a lot of transformation, there's the butterfly transformation. A lot of heart chakra to it as well. There's some red on that butterfly, quite a bit of it. It is what it is. It should lead to communication for sure. Very passionate communication from somebody who's not confused about the feeling. Why do I say that? Well, because when the ego is really loud, right, and they're drowning out the emotions, they may come in and communicate, but the ego causes them to want to pull back, not say everything. That's why they show up as a page a lot, right? Because they're confused about the emotions. They're listening to some little ego, some devil in their head that's telling them, no, don't be vulnerable. Yet their feelings want to be vulnerable, but the feelings are being drowned out. Under this energy, all of that ego is dulled down and the feelings are louder. So there's no confusion about how they feel. Under this energy, if you have a conversation with this person, if you're one of the people whose person shows up between now and, I don't know, September, maybe the end of September, even a little past when it might go direct, whatever the case, you're going to get some honest truth. We're putting 10 swords in bullshit, as the pre-shuffle told us. All right. Let's go back to the animal deck. Let's shuffle and see what else the universe wants to tell you. And then we'll go pull some wicked voodoo. I want to go on this camping trip. How about you? You want to jump in my truck and join them there? We'll join them in the woods and see what they're seeing, see what's going on. Because I think there's a lot going on here behind the scenes. Oh, I do. We'll find out. I'll also find out how this energy of Venus retrograde in Leo affects you. And I'll pull on you at the beginning of the extended. And of course, we'll do a pyramid and a timeline like we always do. But I'm going to do a few little side reads on this camping trip here. And see what's going on. There's a lot going on behind the scenes with this person. And it's nice because the ego, it's easy. As an energy reader, it's easy to pull on emotions. That's what I read. Ego is tricky. I think it's going to be a piece of cake. I think it's going to be a very easy reading. This was a very easy reading for me. I didn't need any Advil for this at all, and I won't afterward either. It's a piece of cake because there's no ego here. The only time it showed up was here, and it's why the Magician's here. Transformation. So let's go. What else the universe wants to tell you? Give me 3 cards and a crossing card from the bottom. There he is. There he is. I was glad the universe didn't give it to me in the beginning because it gave it to me with cups. But I mentioned it earlier. There's that 3 swords. There's that devil. And there's that truth, Ace of Swords. And there's that tower crossing the devil. It's the devil's tower. In this particular context, with the tower crossing the tower is falling on the devil. For the devil is all that ego. I keep talking about it. Rewind. I said, it's like in their head. They have this little devil that tells them, no, being vulnerable is a weakness. No, no, no. Right? And of course, being vulnerable is empowering. The devil's gone. The tower falls on the devil's head. They feel all the pain. And it creates, in and of itself, it generates a bit of a, creates the wrong word. It generates a bit of a reconciliation energy. This is communication coming from somebody who gets it, who feels the pain. And they're feeling the pain because that ego, their ego has been shut down. Which means their defenses are down. Their defense mechanism is down that they usually use to protect themselves with that ego. All of it is down. So even if this is a long-lost soulmate, you just watch these readings because you think I'm funny or something like that, which is bullshit. You don't. But either way, you know, I'm never going to hear from my person, Steve. It's better. You might be surprised once that ego is shut down and they start feeling all this, because this card represents a lot here in this deck. It's not even a heart anymore. It's torn to shreds. And the universe waited to give it to me until now. It wanted me to read the cups, to feel the emotion on the table with the Ten of Wands, Four of Cups, and Five of Cups. I said about that, I'm surprised it didn't, I'm glad it didn't give me a Three of Swords. I'm glad it gave it to me with cups. Gave me the Three Swords here. Tower falling on the devil, resulting in a reconciliation here, some kind of communication, some kind of truthful communication that leads to something. This is angel energy. It's Archangel Michael's sword of truth. It definitely cancels out the devil. It backs up. These cards are tied together because of the background colors. You can see, you can read the energy right there. Color is energy, right? But these are tied together. So again, this angel energy cancels out the devil. This tower falls on the devil's head, allowing this person to feel all of this, feel everything. All right? And that's why it leads to communication. That's it. Or may. Again, I can't predict free will. But the energy, they're definitely not going to be enjoying this Venus retrograde. We'll see how much you're going to enjoy it. I'll pull on you at the beginning of the extended like I always do. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. Now, let's go on a camping trip. I'm going to pull the extended. Let's do it. Good luck.